Am I the a-hole for no longer wanting to financially support my adult stepson? Hi Reddit, I, 25F, need to get something off my chest and maybe get some clarity. This has been eating away at me for months, and I feel like I'm about to snap. I have two beautiful children with my partner, 38M, a 2-year-old daughter and a 1-year-old son. Love them more than anything. But my boyfriend also has multiple kids from previous relationships. One of them is John, 21M, the stepson in question, though I rarely refer to him that way, more like my roommate at this point. Back in January, John came over for what was supposed to be a simple weekend visit. Just a couple of days to relax, reconnect with his dad, see his new siblings. That weekend turned into a week. Then 2. Before I could even process it, his clothes started showing up in our laundry, his shoes were by the door, and his Xbox was permanently hooked up in the spare room. 10 months later, John lives with us. Officially? No. But unofficially? Yeah. He's taken over the back room and acts like it's his personal studio apartment. Here's the issue. John pays for nothing. Zero. Not rent. Not groceries. Not soap, toothpaste, toilet paper. Nothing. For most of the time he's been here, he hasn't even lifted a finger around the house. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so naturally I do the majority of the housework, which I don't mind. I've accepted that role. But what I didn't sign up for was raising a fully grown adult who contributes nothing while treating our home like a frat house. It got to the point where I'd spend hours cleaning the kitchen, finally sit down to relax, and he'd roll out of bed, usually past noon, destroy the kitchen making food, and leave a pile of dirty dishes in the sink I had just scrubbed. I'd have to nag him repeatedly to clean up after himself, and even then, he'd often wait until I either did it myself or gave up. To be fair, my boyfriend used to clean up after him, literally. He'd do his laundry, tidy up his room, and even wash his dishes. And I'm not talking about when John was 12. He's 21. He drinks in his room, smokes our weed, hogs the Wi-Fi, and when the snack wrappers from my toddler's treats started showing up in his area, I saw red. Those are for my kids, not for a grown man who can't even be bothered to say thank you. I'm the one footing the bill. Yes, my boyfriend and I split rent 50-50, but the utilities, groceries, diapers, clothes, and other household costs? Most of that comes from my income. We live in Canada, where we get monthly child benefits. I receive around $1,200 a month for our 2 children, plus $700 from social assistance. With that money, I do all the big grocery hauls, stocking the fridge and pantry for the month. I shouldn't have to track how many juice boxes or granola bars disappear into the back room. And then there's the job situation. A few months ago, John had a shot at a good summer job, outdoor lawn work. Not glamorous, but decent pay and weekends off. He lasted less than a week. His reason? It's too hot. I don't want to work in the sun. I wish I were kidding. If he had stuck it out for a couple of months, he would have qualified for employment insurance and had an actual income through the winter. But he bailed and returned to our house, because here, there are no expectations, no responsibilities, and he knows his dad won't push him. My boyfriend did try in the beginning. He helped him apply for jobs, drove him to drop off resumes. But after a few ignored callbacks and ghosted interviews, he gave up. Now he just enables him. And yes, he does use his own money when John asks for cash, which I'm not against. It's his son. His money. Fine. But the problem is, John's presence is impacting my finances, my kids, my peace of mind. I've noticed something else recently. John's been bringing a friend over, frequently. They hang out in his room, cook meals together, yes, my groceries, and use our house like their personal Airbnb. I've heard the frying pans going multiple times in one day when his friend is over, and somehow, my kids' favorite snacks vanish twice as fast. I don't think this friend is contributing anything either. What's worse is I can't even talk to my partner about this without getting pushback. He gets defensive or brushes it off, saying things like, he's just trying to figure things out, or it's not a big deal. But it is a big deal. I'm being financially drained and emotionally burned out trying to support an extra adult in this house who refuses to support himself. Let me be clear, I don't hate John. I understand that 21 is still young, and some people take longer to mature. But at the very least, he should contribute something. Anything. Help out with chores. Buy his own snacks. Stop treating my children's home like a flop house. So, would I be the a-hole if I told my boyfriend I'm done financially supporting John? Would I be wrong to contribute less to household expenses until something changes? I want to handle this delicately, because I know it's his son. But I'm drowning here. I can't be the only one who sees how unfair this situation is. Any advice on how to approach this? Because I don't know how much longer I can hold it in without exploding.